Well, no, that's an armistice zone. When it says you're out the armistice zone, that's when you go weapons alt. On the HUD in the center, it's got like a flame icon and it says 20. What does that mean? Oh, that's flares, okay. I've no idea how to deploy them. Do I think the game is worth it, DPH? If you was to spend $45, which is like the minimum to play the game, you can potter around in the solar system, and there's plenty of stuff to see and do, but you have to accept that it's an alpha, and there's a long way to go yet. So whether you think that's worth 45 of your earthen dollars, or whether you should wait for the complete game, that's your decision. You can easily go at an 80-degree angle. Look at my speed, though. Like, my speed goes right down as well, doesn't it? I'm already using boost, if that's what you mean, Derpa. We actually got a target set now. There are 2 boosts, shift and X is another one. Are you for real? No, Ben boy, you can just look around with the mouse, dude. Oh. What I do like is the fact that you feel like you've got a body. Like you feel like you've got into your ship, you feel like you get out of it, you feel like you walk around a space station. Like, I love the scale of it. I love the fact that you get in this ship and then you land next to a big ship and you're like, oh my god. And then you land that ship in a space station and you're like, what? I think the game just Alt F4'd and my screens went black. 1 sec. No, wait. Wait. I had no idea what just happened then. Like, what? I'll tell you what I saw. All of my monitors just went black. And the audio went silent. My left monitor's desktop has just gone black. No, I think the NVIDIA drivers are going to crash. I can hear that. I think it's just used up all the GPU memory or something. We had a game but no sound. Yeah, I had nothing. I got thrown to the desktop and I had no sound. Oh, are you kidding? Look, it's done it again. It's just thrown me out onto the desktop again. I think the graphics card is totally freaking out right now. Also, Steam just closed down bizarrely. Let me exit Steam. Some weird stuff going on here. Okay, I think the NVIDIA driver just had a massive derp. Yeah, the game is running, Captain Flint, but what happens is this. It throws me to the desktop, right? Which means OBS carries on capturing the game, so you get to see the game, but I'm thrown to the desktop, and that is why the game audio stops, because I'm now on the desktop, I'm not in the game. It's not a Windows update. That was, that basically smacked of NVIDIA driver problems. Oh my god. Can you do an R display info? What's that going to do exactly? Display info before I run that. What info is that going to display? Right, okay. Oh yeah, 60 FPS. 6 gig committed, 18. GPU memory committed 7 gig, so it's only using 7 gig of committed of memory. GPU load 50%. Lol.
Quantum Drive is now on.
Yeah, it's a 1080 Ti, so it's got like 12 gig of VRAM. So yeah, games use it if it's available. VRAM is super fast. Seems to be alright now. It's like Doctor Who, isn't it? Bexar, bro, all I can suggest is just like see what you see and then make a decision about whether you want to jump into it yet. You hid behind the sofa with Doctor Who rescue. The only thing in Doctor Who that ever sort of made me hide behind the sofa, as it were, with the Daleks. But then when you're a child, you don't think to yourself, these things can't even get up the stairs. Like that doesn't enter your head.
Engines critical.
No, they're not. They can go up the stairs. No, they can't. Trust me, I've been inside a Dalek. I've driven one round. They cannot go up the stairs.
Happy anniversary, Natter.
Mr. Aramon, thanks for 28 months. I know it is, Mr. Sutherland. With the new MAN Euro TGX. It was a fake Dalek. It was actually at the BBC. It was one of the Daleks used in the shows. And I had a go in the gold one as well. The gold Dalek. They've still got those things in their store. They have like giant warehouses with all the props. They're still in there. Oh, it's... You can't believe how rubbish it is inside Vanilla Donut. Like, honestly. The way that it's made, like the top half comes off and you basically climb inside and then they clamp the top half back on. And then inside you've just got like the two things to operate and then you walk yourself around to move it. It's just... It's amazing. Funnily enough, this URL, I backed it back in 2013, and this is the first time I've played it too. I've not been to the Doctor Who Museum, no. Pringles is into Doctor Who a lot. Yeah, if you was ever to see one of those tricorders from Star Trek, you'd think to yourself, lol. You know, you've got like Beverly Crusher like holding one of these things and scanning somebody and going, yes, I'm detecting traces of blah blah blah. And you're like, mate, somebody built that in an afternoon, it's just a box. Mr. Sutherland, you must understand by now, whenever Eurotruck updates, ProMods doesn't work. That's the way it is. Every time. Just go back if you want to play ProMods, go back. Right, I'm going to try and not explode this thing this time, alright?
Quantum drive is now off.
Why is it behaving weirdly again? Booms at the ready. What faith have you got? Oh my god. Why can you not even open a channel with them? Like, you have to be on top of the space station before they'll talk to you. What do you mean docking again? I didn't dock last time. There, now finally they'll talk to you.
Please proceed to assigned landing bay.
Landing gear deployed.
I'm not actually going to blow the thing up this time. I thought it'd be nice.
Collision alert. Low. Landing complete.
Landing complete. Have a pleasant stay.
Have a pleasant stay. Oh, I left the lights on. Is that going to flatten the battery? Wait, it powered off? How can the lights still be on? Wait, where's the... I thought we were doing a parcel pickup. You scumbag game. You scumbag game. I came all the way here and they cancelled the contract. What kind of a contract is this? Oh, Leaper, thank you for 27 months. A contract is exactly that. Yeah, I took too long. Yeah, I messed around, didn't I? HUR-L3. Wait. There's 2 missions here from L3. Ooh, to an abandoned outpost on Yellow. We want to go there anyway. Where's L3? I can't believe the game just did that to me. Can we refuel at this station here or not? You can. So do we have to get in the ship to do it, don't we? Do we do it before we power up or something? How do you do it? I thought you clicked on this thing. Propulsion. Wrong menu. Spanner. Ah, okay. Ah, yeah, there we go. Did that do anything? There we go.
Hydrogen fuel is at 100%. Takeoff complete. Landing gear raised.
Spool up.
Quantum drive is now on.
That's just amazing. That never gets boring, that. Like... The law behind Crusader is pretty cool. It's a gas giant with near zero gravity. So there's floating platforms in the gas for building massive ships. How can you have a gas giant with near zero gravity? How can you have something with so much mass with no gravity? Doesn't make any sense. I don't know, Richard Flea. I don't know if I want to go back there, you know. Fatty, my lord, 61 months. It was just 60. Thinking of playing the game myself after work. Set off the install, Fatty, because it takes a while. takes a while to get around the solar system, though. Doesn't take this long in Elite Dangerous. Wonder where Mrs. Squirrel is. She should be halfway up the country by now.
Engines critical.
You're jumping across the system in a ship with a small QT drive. So, do the bigger ships have, like, drives that take you a lot quicker? You can overclock the quantum and coolers if you want. That sounds like a path to pain, though. Blimey, she's not got that far. She's not even got to Birmingham yet. What time does she leave? Hunt Orbit and Elite Dangerous takes literally hours. Free Anaconda there, though. A faster QT, it's more like it, much slower at the moment and regular flight speed. Right, okay. So I'm basically... What you're saying is you can get faster ships with faster QT drives. The bigger ships might jump in half a time, but they take 4 times long to exit. So you need to shuttle ships to go from... Really? Right, so the bigger ships take ages to get out the atmosphere. This is still like 10 million kilometers away. Flippin' heck. A hammerhead takes 30 minutes to exit the atmosphere. What? 30 minutes? So, hang on a minute. If you want to go trading in one of these, like, monster trading ships, are people just not landing them on the planet, but they're kind of parking them in orbit and then taking a smaller planet-like ship down to get stuff? They're not meant to go planet-side. Should be going to a cargo spaceport. Right, so they're supposed to be... Right, so they're supposed to sort of park in the spaceports in orbit and never actually go down to the surface. If you take one down to the surface, you're only going to do that once, aren't you? Be like, you're not doing that again. The Javelin destroyer does not even have landing gear because it can't enter atmosphere and take off again. What? How's it supposed to land on a spaceport if it doesn't have any landing gear? Yeah, I can't remember, Dr. D, what Baz's ship was, but I mean, that certainly got out the atmosphere okay. docking, can it actually... I've not seen any docking ports yet. I've only ever landed on platforms. Oh, docking ports are coming late this year. Right, okay. I see. Gotcha. So I'm just texting away. As his ship was the Andromeda, right. Yeah, Dave, like I say, it is a big download. This is some compelling gameplay, Kermit. Space is a big place. If you could just instantly zap from A to B, it would just kind of ruin the gameplay.
Quantum drive is now off.
You can get out your seat, but there's nothing to do, is there?
Please proceed to assigned landing bay.
So would you actually not want to be able to teleport into another solar system, Wicked Mouse? Well, let me put it this way. Imagine if you could get anywhere in this... In this game, imagine if you could get anywhere, like A to B, in, let's say, 20-30 seconds. Because the transport time was just nothing. That means, if, even in just simplistic terms like trading, right? Point A is selling some goods, point B wants those goods. If it's almost instant travel between the two, well, what's the point? Because things are going to get fulfilled almost instantly. So it collapses that system. And then if you want to sort of have combat and go after people, if you can just teleport around almost instantly, like, it just kind of, there has to be an element of time. Otherwise there can be no return on any sort of things that you do, because time is the thing that separates everybody at the end of the day. Yeah? If I invest something and it takes time to grow that investment, and you can do it in no time at all, well, that just destroys the economy. That's what I mean.
Landing gear deployed.
No, time is not relative for everybody on this planet, Gallon of Mill, is it? Time only becomes relative when you start traveling at hyperspeed. With instantaneous travel, it would just destroy everything, really. There has to be a cost to you doing something. There has to be. The cost is usually time.
Landing complete.
Landing complete.
Have a pleasant stay.
However, going from like one part of this solar system to another, taking like 12 minutes, that's starting to feel like a long time. Where are we going? Yeah, but gallon and milk, what you're saying there isn't true, is it? Like, that's to do with your experience. That's not to do with time. You're still spending a minute with your girlfriend or a minute hanging over a fire, but your experience is very different. So it feels longer because of what's happening to you. But if I was watching you with your girlfriend for a minute, or watching you hanging over a fire for a minute, it would still be a minute. It's not relative in that sense, just your experiences. Where are we going? Lobby. Lobby. Yeah, the risk of piracy would be weird if you could just instantly teleport around. Perception. Perception is the word I was looking for. I saw you spawning. Referic. Space Elevator and Metro Sim 2019. How nice of the developers to release. Where are we going? Points of travelers you need to plan. Yeah. Just collecting a parcel, mate. Don't worry about it. You play PvP games for the risk and excitement of the risk of insanity of other players. It's part of the reason why I play the FPS games now that I play have a higher cost to death. Yeah. You know, I used to play games like Call of Duty and that kind of game where if you die, well, you just respawn, you're back in the fight. And at the end of the day, you look at your KD ratio and go, yay! Like, that was it. That was the experience. Whereas now, I like to play games where when you die, like, that's it. You're not in the round anymore. Or you're not in the game anymore. Like, there's a penalty. That's one of the reasons I used to enjoy DayZ. Because DayZ had such a high cost to death. If you died, you were back on the beach with no gear. You know? So that made your fights with other players that much more adrenaline rushed. Referee. Where did I leave my ship? I should have paid attention. Was it on Hangar 2? No, it wasn't on Hangar 2. Hangar 3? Had 1, was it? Oh, if you go to the console, it tells you, got you. There's a lot of mainstream games these days that seem to be easy in that sense, no consequences for anything. Yeah, I mean, Battle Royale had the kind of concept of high cost of death. Like, you die and you're out of the game, right? Go and join another one. So it had that, which was nice. But then you've got Apex now where your teammates can revive you, so it's kind of removed that again. Refrate with his golden nut and the classy email. Wait, what? What's this madness? What's going on here? Why is it taking me via that?
Happy anniversary.
2 jumps. So I have to jump to Crusader and then I have to jump to Yella to get. I can't just jump to Yella. Interesting. Top. 6. Referic. The legend goes that Referic is here for the emotes. Fair enough. You always jump to the planet first. I like how the guy doesn't even respond.
Takeoff complete. Landing gear raised.
It's broken in the donation overlay. Ah. Okay. Waiting spool. Do we need to get out the armistice zone? Yeah, I was hitting B. It wouldn't do anything. I think it's because I was in the armistice zone.
Hydrogen fuel is at 100%. Quantum drive is...
Kejan the Monk, thank you for 38 months. Rudyism, happy Saturday, sir. Glorificus, thank you for 2 months. See you later, Rudyism. Go to Port Olisar first if you want to save. We'll drop off and then go and look at this place you were on about that looks really cool. What do you do if you purchase the game now remains when the game is officially released? What do you do if you purchase the game now remains when the game is officially released? I don't understand that sentence. Your progress? No, your progress is getting wiped every 3 months at the moment. You can expect a full wipe before release, just what happened with ED.
Engines critical.
It always does this about halfway through the flight. Persistence comes with the beta, which is a couple of years away. Roars, thank you for 6 months. Nordic Links, welcome back. Yeah, Dry. But every 3 months it gets reset. What's the point of the game? It's an alpha, mate. Elite Dangerous did exactly the same thing. Do you not remember? When it was an alpha and beta, that's exactly what they did. They kept wiping the database. Because everything is completely unbalanced, so you can't have a state where you're not wiping it. Dude, why are we flying into a planet?
Happy anniversary.
Delivery drop off. Star Citizen's been in alpha for 6 years, Dre. Elite Dangerous was in alpha for... Actually, with Elite Dangerous, they charged you £200 to go into alpha, and then really annoyed everybody who bought alpha by having it on such a short period, then chucking it into beta so they could people get it for half the price. And that really annoyed everybody who backed it on the alpha stage, because they only got about 6 months before it went straight to beta.
Quantum drive is now on.
But they didn't ask for money until it was about 2 years away from release, I think. Whereas this has been 6 years. That's not true to Killer. It will. I don't like the look of this asteroid
Quantum
field
drive is now off.
that it just dropped me into. Yeah, don't bother, Dry. There's no point. Triple CE, thank you for 37 months. If you want like a complete release game, you're better off with ED until this is like ready, however long that is. I take it we can't quantum down there.
Quantum drive is now on.
ED's going to have a massive refresh in 2020. Crazy hardware requirements. You're looking at least 980 Ti or above, I think. It's going to be years, Dre, before this game's finished. Some kind of trend to bash Star Citizen. Don't you realise its current alpha state pretty much the same amount of content Elite Dangerous had? I'm not sure what you mean by that. A lot of games released these days are early access, let's face it. I mean, how long has The Forest been in early access before it released? Was it 5 years, 6 years? What about 7 Days to Die? I don't think that's ever going to come out of early access. DayZ was a mess. Don't think we needed permission to land.
Landing gear deployed.
They're building two massive games simultaneously, which I don't agree with, if I'm honest. But there you go. Hey, is that a player ship? That green triangle though. Can I blow his ship up then? He could shoot you. Well, not if I shoot him first, right? Guns out. Why is he not dying? You've gained a crime stat level by committing an infraction in monitored space. Your higher crime stat level, the more hostility you'll encounter from local security. Savage. That was cold. Well, I kind of figured that if I didn't, he'll probably just blow me up. So, why not? He's walking around. Wait, what? Where are you seeing this person walking around? One more crime stat and the game will generate a mission to kill you. That's fine. We saw him running, not sure if he got out. Well, he got back in the ship before it exploded, so he exploded too. He was stood next to it. Like when the whole thing just blew up. How could he possibly be alive? You saw him walking around after it exploded. That doesn't make any sense to me. I think he's hiding. I don't see him. Well, no, if he's around, I want to kill him before I get out the ship, surely. Otherwise, I'm going to be walking around with a parcel, and the guy's going to be like, hey, hey. Maybe he ran back inside. I don't see him. Can they get in your ship? Apparently. Why can't you lock your ship? He's dead, otherwise you wouldn't have got a crime stat. Well, I blew the ship up, didn't I? How do you lock it? How do you lock your ship?